Nearly 80% of organizations that have experienced one ransomware attack say they have been attacked a second time. That's according to a report published by a cybersecurity technology firm called Cybereason. The research reveals how ransomware attacks impact businesses across the globe and some recommendations for organizations to manage those risks in the first place. Lior Div joins me now to discuss the findings of that report. He's the CEO and co-founder of Cybereason. Lior, explain what happens once companies pay ransom and why that seems to prompt additional cyber attacks.
Yeah, basically when companies paying ransom, the hackers that did it give them a key to decrypt the file that were encrypted by the hackers. The problem that this is imposed on many companies is now they need to go computer by computer, one by one, and decrypt the files in order to get access to their original files. This is a very tedious and hard work to do. And in many of the cases, what's happening is half of the organization or nearly half of the organization reporting that they could not retrieve the files that was encrypted from the begin with.
Well, Colonial Pipeline paid over $4 million in ransom. Similarly, the meat producer JBS paid $11 million in ransom to get its plants back up. But your report mentions that 8 of 10 companies who paid ransom demands say that they were exposed to a second attack. And how are these organizations becoming a victim of these hackers yet again? Are they not taking adequate safeguards after the first time? Are they the same hackers hitting them multiple times?
Yeah, first we see as phenomena that organization is using ancient technology in order to protect themselves. So it was the Biden administration that basically recommend companies to protect themselves more. And they recommended the EDR, endpoint detection and response software in order to protect those organizations. On top of that, what hackers realized that for them, once they go in and they manage to hack a company and ask for a ransom, and this company is paying them the ransom, what they realize that if they coming again and ask for more money, usually they're getting paid again. And once those companies are paying again, that's give another motivation for the hackers to keep coming, asking for more and more money. We have to understand that those hackers are basically, this is not a regular people. This is thief, this is a criminal, that for them, it's all about the money. So this is the reason that after the research that we conducted, we said it doesn't pay to pay.
Now, are any of these ransom payments actually being covered by insurance, and how does that factor into this complexity?
Yeah, in some cases, insurance companies can pay. It was one case that one of the biggest, basically insurance company announced that they are not going to allow their customer to use the money of insurance to pay for ransom. Basically, they're against it and they're not allowing the customer to do it. So in many cases, basically companies reach to the point that although they have insurance, they cannot use this money in order to pay the ransom. And it's not enough, specifically if those companies getting hit again and again.
Well, how can organizations better prevent and manage these ransomware attacks? And how much do consumers then bear the brunt of these ransoms and these continued payments?
Yeah, I'll start with the consumer. I think that right now what we see in our research that many hacker group, this is basically a cartel that exists in Russia. This is ransomware as a service group. They basically shift from hacking specific individuals to hack companies because they reached the conclusion that individuals are very limited with the amount of money that they can pay them. But if you go after big companies that have weak protection, but do have access to capital, the probability that those companies are going to pay is just high. And we saw it in the 2 incidents. The Colonial Pipeline paid $5 million, and the JBS hack, basically they paid $11 million. So we're talking about a lot of money that they managed to collect in a very short manner of time.
Lior Div, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.